What's going on, everybody? It's Joe from the Acceptable Casualties and God's Eye Games here to take a look at the 15mm Ultracast Sassanid Persian Army from Plastic Soldier Company. This is for Meg. They just ended up re-releasing a bunch of models that were originally Corvus Belli sculpts in metal, but now they're going to be doing these in Ultracast, which is like a lightweight plastic version of their miniatures. So a couple, maybe like a week or two ago, you guys might have seen I did a Gaelic Army version. This is the Sassanid one. So you're probably using these guys to square off against like late Imperial Rome, some of the later periods as far as ancients are concerned. You know what? When I opened this box up originally, I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to do Sassanids just because it's not really my period for ancients. But after kind of going through what they loaded in this kit, I'm probably going to end up painting it. And I'll show you guys now because bang for your buck, I feel like this is the best box that they've put together for what they're doing over at Plastic Soldier Company as far as redoing these Ultracasts. So inside the box, I'll just kind of read it off to you guys right now. It's the Pacto Army box for Meg. Like I said, we're going to be learning the rules for that as well and doing some videos as we kind of roll into playing the game. The Pacto, it's a smaller game with, I guess, like smaller amounts of bases, so you don't need to, worry about painting 200 models. You can kind of get your stuff on the table and play smaller games and play a little bit quicker. So that's what this box is for. But it's also a good way to kind of start up an army and gradually do like a build to get into bigger games. So that's what these are. I think they're like 35 pounds each for the box and 40 to 45 if you find them in the United States. So inside the box, you're going to be getting 2 mounted generals. You get 22 Asavarian cavalry, 8 horse archers. You're looking at 16 unarmored infantry, 8 slingers, 8 archer infantry, and then you got 2 elephants. So overall, what you get in the box, you get a nice selection of cav. The elephants is a steal as well, for only paying like, around $40 US. Those of you that play 15mm Ancients know just getting the 2 elephants on their own, you're going to be spending about like, $15 to $20 depending on where you're purchasing them from. So that's like half the price of the box, a third of the price of the box right there. And then once you factor in all the cav and the different infantry they're going to be putting in there, this is actually pretty good as far as when you compare your metal prices to what you're going to be doing for Ultracast. So I got the models out right here, and I figure we'll take a look at those right now, and I'll show them off. Except for those of you who don't know, these are the old metal cast for Corvus Belli that they've recast in this lightweight plastic called Ultracast. So here is the elephant that I'm talking about right here. Like I said, looking at this, I had no intentions of doing Sassanids, but after opening this up and kind of looking at the models, they're really, really pretty. And of course, everybody's favorite plastic crack dealer, Plastic Soldier Company. It's going to make me buy even more of these now, most likely. So there's the little elephant right there. It comes... This is open. You get another wall on the side after you place the guy in there, and then your elephant, I guess a rider or whatever you wanted to call him, who's driving it. You get his legs mounted on there already, so you just need to put the tops on. But for the most part, these look like there's only miniature cleanup. X-Acto knife, any kind of razor knife will kind of get those really well. They shave off pretty easily. That's the one thing. There's a little bit more cleanup on these just because they're cast off of the old metal models. But like I said, overall, they look really nice. Like here's one of the horse archers right here. For plastic in 15 mil, they did grab a lot of the details on here, which is nice. And I think they will be nice to paint up after you do the cleanup on there. Like I said, and there is cleanup, but it's not a deal breaker by any means. But those are the horse archers. What else they got in here? Like I said, these models look really, really good. And I already have Parthians. So doing some Sassanids, I might be able to kind of combine the armies and make a bigger army faster. But like these seem like they're going to match up really, really well. Really nice on here. They come, so as you guys can see, the lances on the heavy cav right here, they don't come with these models. Most of the guys do come with spears as far as foot infantry goes, but the cav, so there's your heavy cav right there. I'll see if I can find the spear sprue that's in here. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So your cav looks like you're going to get the plastic sprues to kind of go in there. If you look back, maybe like 2 years ago, I think is when I did it. I'm not a big fan of metal sprues, so what I would do is I would go out and I would buy like utility brush at the hardware store, and I just kind of cut the actual brush strands off and use those for my spears. And that's kind of what I'll continue to do. If I can get these off though, off the sprue in pretty good shape right here, this is a good option. Like I said, they're bendy. They're not going to snap out of the guy's hands. They are plastic, so if you use your glue, it'll adhere really well. They got some bounce to them too, so they're not going to snap in half. So like I said, if you can get these off, they're going to work great. If you're more apt to using something different as far as metal, it looks like they'll fit in the hands just as well. The hand sections on the Cav it looks like they're in pretty good shape to take. I'm holding it off camera. I'm not even paying attention. They look like they're in pretty good shape as far as being able to take a metal spear as well, if that's what you prefer to use. So yeah, good options here as far as the Cav goes. Let me see if I got some infantry guys as well, and some of the other here are the elephant riders with the tusks on there. So as you guys can see, good detail on these casts for plastic 15 millimeter kits. Sometimes, and you guys know whether you play World War II or any kind of time period, plastic tends not to hold details as well as metal. For whatever reason that is. But these actually, they do. And I'm going to paint some up, and then I'll show you guys kind of how they look. And we'll kind of compare the two between metal and plastic. But I feel like bang for your buck, this is going to be a good way to kind of get an army on the table a little bit cheaper, and especially if you like to use plastic, it's going to work pretty good. So that's kind of the gist of the Sassanids right there. Got a nice variety of cav, infantry, elephants in the starter box. Like I said, originally I wasn't looking at doing Sassanids, but after kind of opening this kit up right here, I can see me maybe cleaning these up a little bit and either using them to add to my Parthians in certain areas where they'll match up, and then possibly using them if I decide to go into maybe some crusades and steal some units and pulling them over from there. But the elephants look like they're going to be flexible enough where I'm going to be able to use them in multiple armies, and they'll be able to match in there as well. So very flexible kit if you're bringing in any Middle Eastern armies to the table. Lots of cool units in here, and like I said, they hold really good detail. So definitely check it out. And as we paint them up and start putting them together and getting them on the tabletop, I'll show you guys what we've done with them, and then kind of also how they play on the field once we end up putting the rules together for Meg and doing some battle reports. So I'll catch you guys later.